Hey everyone, welcome back. Today I'm going to talk about how to find the slope on a graph from a real world problem. So let's get started. Right, so the question says, after crossing a bridge, Trey drives at a constant speed. The graph below shows the distance in miles versus the time since he crossed the bridge in hours. Use the graph to answer the question. So the graph is there and it says, how much does the distance increase for each hour Trey crossed the bridge? And what is the slope of the line? All right, so let's just start with the first question, the first part of the question. So it says, how much does the distance increase for each hour since Trey crossed the bridge? So let's just look at this graph real quick. Okay, so you are looking for how much does the distance increase. So you're looking for the increase in distance. Okay, so distance is here on the left in miles. So this part right here is the distance that he traveled. Okay, and this part over here is talking about the time that he spent in hours. So if it wants you to find the increase for each hour after they cross the bridge, I want you to look at the time in hours. So at each hour, it's going to be the same, right? He's traveling at a constant rate. So he's traveling at one speed the whole time. So at 1 hour, where does that cross the line that is graphed here? So I'm going to say, okay, well, my 1 hour is here. And I'm going to go and I'm going to trace this line up. And I'm going to see where it crosses. Now, if I already showed you there, but it crosses that black line, this line right here, at this point. Okay. So at that point, at 1 hour, what is the distance that he traveled, right? Because that's how much you're saying. So how much does the distance increase for each hour? So if that's what I'm looking at 1 hour, I'm looking up and I say, okay, at this point, what point does this connect to? So at this point right here, at 1 hour, he has traveled 75 miles. Okay. So for your answer, you're going to say 75 miles. Okay. Now, for the second part, let me move this over here. So the second part, it says, what is the slope of the line? So the slope of the line, which is something that a lot of people have a hard time understanding, but that's okay. That's what I'm here for. Slope is going to talk about what this line looks like, how steep or not steep, and which way does it go. So the slope is evaluated. You find that slope by talking about rise over run. Okay, so how much does it go up or down, or how much does it go left or right? I had someone describe it the other day as height and width, which I never really thought about, but it sort of is that way. But if that is the way you think of it that way. But if you don't, scratch that. Don't even worry about it. Anyway, so what is the slope of the line? So to find the slope of the line, you look at exactly where these points cross on here. So you're going to look at the specific points on the graph where this line right here crosses sort of nice and neatly like it does here. So it starts at 0, right? It starts in that middle, and then it goes to this part right here. Okay. So, like I said before, slope is rise, how much it goes up, right? So how much does it go up? So it goes from 0 to 75. So the slope of the line is 75. That's my rise. Over my run. How much does it go over? Well, it goes from 0 to 1, and that's 1. So 75 over 1. Okay. Now, notice that these are the same thing. Now you can write 75 over 1, or you can just write 75. It doesn't really matter for the second part, because technically it's the same thing. It doesn't matter which way you write it. For this specific question, don't quote me on all the questions, but on this specific question, these numbers are going to be the same. So if you get like 250 as one answer and 75 for the other, you did something wrong. So go back and try it again. Okay, so as long as you understand how to solve this, and you understand that these two things in the specific question are going to be the same answer, you're going to be good. So if you guys have any more questions or would like to see another question like this, or just have another math question, drop it in the comments and I'm here to help.